Welcome to Creatures Below Sea, where we explore the hidden life of the deepest oceans, the places humans rarely reach, and the creatures that seem almost unreal. If you love discovering rare, mysterious, and sometimes terrifying life forms from the depths of the sea, consider subscribing and joining our growing ocean-loving community. Your support helps this channel grow and allows us to bring you even more incredible discoveries from beneath the waves. Now, let's dive beneath the surface. The ocean looks calm from above, blue, gentle, familiar. But that surface is a lie. Beneath it lies a world so hostile, so alien, that even our strongest machines hesitate to enter. A realm where pressure can crush steel, where sunlight dies completely, and where evolution has followed rules that seem almost cruel. In that eternal darkness lives a creature so bizarre, so haunting, that it feels more like a myth than an animal. A predator with a mouth that can swallow nightmares, a body shaped by hunger itself, a living relic of the abyss. This is the story of the Gulper Eel, the expandable maw predator of the deep sea. To understand the Gulper Eel, we must first descend. As the last traces of sunlight fade, the water grows colder, sound changes, time feels distorted. At 1,000 meters below the surface, pressure is already more than 100 times what we experience on land. Every square inch of your body would feel the weight of a fully loaded truck. And still, this is only the beginning. The deep ocean is not empty. It is not dead. It is alive in ways we barely comprehend. Here, evolution does not reward beauty or speed. It rewards patience, efficiency, survival at any cost. The Gulper Eel belongs to this world. Its lineage stretches back tens of millions of years, possibly more. Fossil evidence suggests that ancestors of the deep-sea eels emerged during a time when dinosaurs still ruled the land and the oceans were crowded with massive predators. While many ancient species vanished during extinction events, the ancestors of the Gulper eel did something remarkable. They adapted downward. As surface ecosystems collapsed and competition intensified, some creatures fled not across land, but into depth, into darkness, into pressure zones no large predators could easily follow. Over countless generations, these early eels evolved bodies that could withstand crushing pressure, starvation, and total isolation. The result is a creature that looks less like a fish and more like an idea given flesh. The Gulper eel's most striking feature is its mouth. At rest, it already appears oversized, but when feeding, the jaw expands into a vast balloon-like structure, stretching far beyond what seems biologically possible. The skin is loose, elastic, almost translucent, allowing the eel to engulf prey nearly as large as itself. This is not a mouth built for biting. It is a mouth built for opportunity. In the deep sea, meals are rare. Food does not arrive on schedule. When something edible appears, you do not chase it. You do not waste energy. You take everything. The Gulper eel's jaw is supported by flexible ligaments instead of rigid bone. Its stomach can stretch like a living sack. Once prey is swallowed, digestion can take weeks, sometimes months. During that time, the eel barely moves, conserving every calorie. Its body is long and tapering, snake-like, fading into darkness behind it. The tail ends in a thin whip, often tipped with a bioluminescent organ. Scientists believe this glowing tip may function as a lure, mimicking small prey to draw curious animals closer. Imagine drifting in total darkness. Then a faint glow appears. You move closer, and suddenly the darkness opens its mouth. The Gulper eel's skin is typically jet black or deep charcoal, absorbing what little light exists. This camouflage makes it nearly invisible against the void. Its eyes are small, not because sight is unimportant, but because light is so scarce that vision alone cannot be relied upon. Instead, the eel senses vibrations, pressure changes, chemical signals in the water. In the abyss, every movement sends ripples, and predators like the gulper eel have evolved to read those ripples like a language. It does not hunt aggressively. It waits. Drifting slowly, conserving energy, it becomes part of the darkness itself. When prey wanders too close, fish, crustaceans, squid, the eel strikes not with speed, but with inevitability. The jaw expands, the prey disappears, silence returns. Scientists believe the gulper eel can survive for extremely long periods without food, a trait essential for life in an ecosystem where meals may be separated by weeks, even months. Its metabolism is slow, its movements deliberate, its entire existence tuned to endurance rather than dominance. And yet, despite its efficiency, the gulper eel remains one of the least understood large predators on Earth. Human encounters with it are rare. For centuries, knowledge of deep-sea creatures came only from damaged nets and half-digested remains. Early fishermen occasionally pulled strange gelatinous eels from the depths, their jaws grotesquely distended, their bodies fragile and easily destroyed by surface pressure. Many believed these creatures were malformed or diseased. They were wrong. As deep-sea exploration advanced, submarines began capturing fleeting glimpses of the gulper eel in its natural habitat. Video footage shows it drifting like a shadow, barely moving, mouth closed until the exact moment it opens with terrifying grace. Scientists aboard these missions often describe a sense of unease when encountering it. Not fear in the traditional sense, but something deeper. A recognition that this animal belongs to a world humans are not meant to inhabit. The deep sea is not simply dark, it is crushing. At the depths where the gulper eels are found, pressure exceeds 1,000 atmospheres. Human lungs would collapse instantly, steel hulls groan, electronics fail. And yet, the gulper eel thrives. Its cells are adapted to function under immense pressure. Proteins that would unravel in surface animals remain stable. Its tissues are soft, flexible, able to deform without breaking. Every part of it is engineered by evolution for survival in hellish conditions. But perhaps the most haunting aspect of the gulper eel is how little we truly know. We do not fully understand how it reproduces. We do not know how long it lives. We do not know how many exist. Some scientists speculate that gulper eels may live for decades, growing slowly, feeding infrequently, their lives measured not in years, but in meals. Others suggest their populations are far larger than assumed, hidden within the vast unexplored regions of the ocean. The deep sea covers more than half of Earth's surface. We have explored less than a fraction of 1% of it. That means creatures like the gulper eel may not be rare at all. They may simply be unseen. Myths have always risen from the deep. Ancient sailors spoke of sea serpents and monstrous mouths rising from black water. While exaggerated, these stories may have roots in brief encounters with deep-sea eels pulled upward by chance, their jaws distended, their bodies alien and fragile. The gulper eel is not aggressive towards humans. It has no reason to be. But its form alone triggers something primal, a reminder that evolution does not care about comfort or familiarity. It cares only about survival. Modern expeditions continue to uncover new details. Advanced submarines equipped with high-definition cameras and delicate sampling tools have begun observing these creatures without harming them. Each encounter adds a fragment of understanding, yet also deepens the mystery. Why did this extreme jaw adaptation evolve when so many other deep-sea predators rely on speed or venom? How does the eel detect prey in near total silence?
What role does it play in the deep-sea food web? Some researchers believe the gulper eel is a stabilizing force, recycling organic matter that would otherwise sink unused into the abyss. Others suggest it may be a keystone species, quietly shaping population dynamics far below the surface. There is even speculation, careful, cautious, that larger, undiscovered relatives may exist at greater depths. Creatures with similar feeding strategies, scaled to environments we have never seen. There is no evidence of monsters beyond the gulper eel, but there is also no evidence that we have found everything. The deep sea humbles us. It reminds us that Earth is not fully mapped, not fully known, not fully understood. That beneath our satellites and cities lies